Greetings, fellow detectives. Wizard Kitten 774 here, bringing you the second video in our walkthrough for Nancy Drew the Haunted Carousel. We have met Joy, Harlan, Ingrid. We tried to meet Elliot, but we knocked over his paint, and he told us to talk to Joy before he would talk to us. So let's do that. Let's see what Joy says. Oh, Joy's not here.
Who are you, and what are you doing?
Who said that?
I said that. Over here, on top of the cabinet. Keep going. Over here.
What on earth?
Please identify yourself.
Well, my name is Nancy Drew.
Digital representations of your voice and image have been entered into my memory circuits, Nancy Drew.
How come you didn't speak up before when I was in here talking to Joy?
I cannot interact with my environment when my visual and oral sensors are covered.
Do you have a name?
I am
Miles, the magnificent memory machine!
I receive and process video and audio input and make appropriate pre-programmed verbal responses.
What's a magnificent memory machine?
It is my turn to ask a question, Nancy Drew. Why are you here when Joy is not?
As a matter of fact, I need to leave a message for her.
There is a pad for leaving messages on the desk.
Why did you call yourself a memory machine?
Responding to the non-Joy entity is an unnecessary drain on my power units and is heretofore disallowed.
What does that mean? Hello? Miles? I guess it means he's not going to talk to me anymore.
Well, that is Miles. Miles is a little strange. Let's see. Okay, we can leave Joy a message.
Looks like Joy's a pencil chewer.
And that means I get to grab the pencil that she chewed. That's nice. Can I? Okay.
I can use this to leave a note for Joy to call Elliot.
If you look on the pad, that is one of the ghost dogs from the previous game, Nancy Drew Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. Joy, please call Elliot C. Thanks, Nancy Drew. Okay, sweet. Anything else? Any other cookies that I can see? Not really. Okay, well, we left a message for Joy. So, let's see. Hopefully she'll find that soon. Paula wants us to look at the coaster and the carousel. Let's look at the coaster first.
Hello?
Hi, Nancy. It's Paula Santos. You know, I just had a thought. There's a newspaper article and photo in Joy's office that I want you to be sure to take a look at. They're in a frame on the wall.
I may have seen them. What are they about?
They're a little piece of park history. The guy in the photo found a bunch of jewels that had been stolen in a heist years ago and stashed away on one of the rides at Captain's Cove. The police said there was a good chance more jewels would turn up.
Maybe that's why someone stole that carousel horse, because there were jewels hidden inside it.
My thoughts exactly. I called the detective that was in charge of the investigation back then. His name is KJ Paris. He's going to call you. Oops, I gotta run. I just wanted to give you a heads up.
All right. Goodbye, Paula.
All right, so I'll be expecting a call from, what was it, KJ Paris? Something like that, from the police officer.
I wonder what the deal is with this red tag.
Looks like this card reader is not functioning properly. We will have to talk to Ingrid about that. So I guess we can't explore the roller coaster. Let's go look at the carousel then. Okay, what do we got? Let's look at it first, and then maybe we'll ride it. Moon glow. The carousel horses are really cool. Oops. Why am I going backwards? This must be where the one was stolen. We can go over here. This carousel was created by Rolf Kessler in 1914. Huh. Oh. Why won't it work? I want to look. Something's wrong with the card readers. Gonna have to talk to Ingrid about that too. Well, if we can't look at anything, let's ride the carousel. And to do that, we put our fun pass in here.
Let's go for a spin on the carousel. By the way, you have 4 fun credits left on your card. Enjoy the ride, ha-ha.
I'll enjoy the ride, har.
The carousel will be starting in 3 seconds, so hang on tight. And don't forget to try for the brass ring.
A free ride to the holder of the brass ring. So there's going to be a ring on the right-hand side that we need to try and catch. And you get 2 chances.
Here comes the brass ring.
So
Get
just gonna
ready.
have to line up.
Missed.
Ah, dang it. If you keep repeatedly clicking, Nancy's going to fall off, so don't do that. You just kind of got to line up your magnifying glass with it and click.
Here it comes again. Got
Got it. Haha. We got the brass ring. Shortest carousel ride ever. We only go around twice. What up with that? If I were actually at the amusement park, I would feel pretty gypped. Alright, so let's see, what are some other places we could go to the haunted house? Let's see. What? Our card reader doesn't work there either. Okay, somebody needs to fix that. Let's go see if Harlan can fix it.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
The card reader outside the roller coaster doesn't work. It's got this red tag on it.
Means the power's been shut off. Ingrid must be working on it. Go talk to her. She probably took a break to go meditate and forgot what she was doing.
Does that sort of thing happen a lot with her?
Oh, yeah. And good luck finding her. These mind relaxation breaks of hers sometimes last for hours.
I'm afraid I got off on the wrong foot with Elliot. I spilled paint all over something he'd been working on.
Ooh, not good. The guy's already about a month behind in his work.
We spilled paint on the floor. He wasn't working on the floor. Come on.
Any idea why he's so far behind?
He's a procrastinator. Doesn't really like to work, so he does whatever he can to avoid it. Puts things off to the last minute. Me, I get stuff done right away. You do too, I'll bet.
Well, I try. Has he always been behind?
I guess he was doing okay up until about a month ago. Way I hear it, if he doesn't get caught up like fast, he's gonna be waving bye-bye like soon.
I'll see you around.
Have fun.
Yeah, that's pretty serious if you can't stick to a timeline. Kind of a bummer. Okay, so he said we should talk to Ingrid.
Hello?
This is Detective KJ Paris, Captain's Cove Police Department. Paula Santos asked me to call you. Said it concerned that heist out at Captain's quarters 23 years ago.
Well, I was thinking maybe the reason that horse was stolen off the carousel at Captain's Cove 2 weeks ago was because somebody thought there were jewels from that heist inside it.
Never occurred to me, but it's possible, I suppose. The thief's name was Chaz Dunning. Died in prison about a year ago. I'll tell you what. I'll make some calls, try to see if there was somebody he confided in before he died. Somebody who was recently released.
That would be fantastic.
Well, as soon as I know something, you'll know something.
Thanks, Detective Paris. It was great talking to you.
Ditto.
Right. So, I mean, Nancy has a few phone conversations in this game, but you don't really need to call them. They kind of just call you, which is helpful, I suppose. You don't actually need to make a lot of calls in order to get ahead in the game. And I'm of the mind that phone conversations are not as exciting as actual gameplay, so I'll kind of just keep letting that happen.
Hello, Nancy. Still on the case, I see.
I'd like to take a closer look at the roller coaster, but the access card reader has been red tagged. Harlan says it's because you're working on it?
Right. I was in the process of upgrading its main circuitry board. I'm afraid you're going to have to wait until I finish here. Unless you'd like to do it for me.
I'm game, but needless to say, I've never done it before.
It's not exactly brain surgery. All you have to do is follow the schematic inside the reader. Here's the new macro resistor. When you see the board, you'll be able to see where it goes. You'll need to solder it in place.
Okay.
Which means you're going to have to get my soldering gun from Elliot Chen. Here's the engineering handbook I put together. If you have questions about park-related electronics, it'll answer them. Keep it as long as you like. When you're all done, remove the red tag and take it to Harlan. That way he'll know it's safe to turn the power back on to the reader.
That's not my cell phone. It must be yours. Are you going to answer it?
No, that would be rude. I'll just call them back. So, once you get that tool from Elliot, you should be all set.
I don't seem to be having much luck using my access card. Am I doing something wrong?
I deactivated most of the readers because of the shutdown. Soon as I get done here, I'll get them online again. Sorry. Hey, if you come across a pair of pliers, hang on to them, okay? Mine are missing. Someone must have walked off with them.
Thanks for your help.
Remember, niacin.
I'll remember my niacin. Probably won't. Okay. So now we can fix the card reader, but we need a soldering gun first from Elliot. I wonder if Joy... Let's go see if Joy talked to Elliot.
I really do need to get this work done.
Right. Sorry.
Okay, well, I'm going to assume that you talked to Elliot then, and I'm going to go talk to him. Since you won't talk to me. So there. Okay, Elliot.
Well, Miss Destructo returns.
I'm really sorry about what happened before.
These things happen. So, I hear you're out to solve the curse of Captain's Cove.
How do you explain what's been going on around here?
What do I know? I'm just an artist. Go ask our naturopathic engineer person.
Do you have any idea who stole that horse off the carousel?
Somebody who's into junk.
That's odd. Ingrid said carousel horses can be very valuable.
Well, when they're the original horses, they can be valuable, yes, but I was talking about the one that was stolen. It was not an original. Around 20 years ago, somebody bought one of the horses off the carousel. The guy who owned the park back then commissioned some hack to replace it.
And that's the horse that was stolen, the replacement?
Right.
Do you see much of the other people who are working during the shutdown? Like Joy Trent or that security guard, Harlan Bishop?
Nah. Joy Trent, she's like invisible even when she's visible, if you get my drift. And that rent-a-cop, I've got no desire to see anything of him.
Why do you say that?
Dude is way too eager to make my business his business, that's all.
Ingrid said you have her soldering gun. I need to get it from you, if that's okay.
You bet. Here you go. Been meaning to return it to her, but I've been a little busy.
Great, thanks. The fact that the park is shut down must be kind of a relief for you.
You mean because I'm behind in my work? I'd be lying if I said the shutdown wasn't helping me get caught up. Meeting deadlines has never been my forte. But I certainly hope you're not suggesting that I arranged for the park to be shut down by somehow manufacturing this curse thing, because that would be ridiculous.
I'll let you get back to work.
If you must.
If you must. What's in here? Paper? Ooh, let's take some
Could
paper.
I have some of these tissue strips?
Be my guest.
Tissue strips could come in handy. At least she asks. Sometimes Nancy just kind of takes. Let's see, what else? There's a ruler.
I can use this to measure.
That's usually what rulers are for. What else? Tape.
Would it be okay if I took some tape? It might come in handy.
Help yourself.
Sure. Tape can come in handy. Let's see. What's this?
Wow, 360 board feet. That's a lot of wood.
It is a lot of wood. Ah, fresh breeze. Well, not fresh breeze, but fresh air.
Do you always go poking around in other people's stuff?
Yeah. I do. Anything else we can look at? That is a...
Wow, a lathe.
Yeah, a lathe. For carving wood. And a cool bookshelf. With one book that we can read.
Mind if I look at this?
No, go right ahead.
A book on carousels. Cool.
Let's see. The golden age of carousels began in the late 1800s and ended in the early 1930s with the Great Depression. During that period, 3 different carousel styles emerged. To the trained eye, these styles are as distinct as a fingerprint. Coney Island style, the Philadelphia style, and... oh, those familiar with Rolf Kessler's work might disagree. Driven by dark moods and odd convictions, Kessler worked by himself, creating carousels on a freelance basis. Some people found the intense expressions of Kessler's creations to be a little too realistic. So his are the Philadelphia style. Apparently. We've got the inner side, we've got the romance side. So the romance side is the fancy side. Horses were carved out of soft hardwood like basswood. Basswood probably. This wood is soft enough to carve easily, but hard enough to stand up to a lot of wear. Interesting. History of the carousel. Foxfire. Carousel horses were often named. Their names would appear on the inside of their bridles. It's an interesting read. Kind of tells you a little bit about how carousels came to be and what makes them popular. Talks about the band organ. By 1920, most carousels in the United States were treating their customers not just to a cool, refreshing breeze as they rode, but to the bright, lively sounds of that distinctly American invention known as the band organ. Produces music by mechanical means. No one has to play it. So it's basically just like a self-playing organ. Yeah, so that's an important book to read. Okay, we talked to Elliot, we got the soldering gun. Let's go fix the roller coaster reader. Okay. So if we read this, this tells us how we're supposed to fix it. Krollmeister is a cookie. He was first introduced in Secret of the Scarlet Hand. We saw him again in Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake, and now he's back. Called and said that the total resistance for the upgrade has to be 15 ohms. They said the macro resistor, the one that she gave us, that Ingrid gave us, will give 5 ohms of resistance, so whoever's hooking up the thing should hook the resistors in series. So 5 plus 10 would be 15, so we need to hook it up to whichever is 10, which is a brown with 2 black stripes, because ours is 5. Green, black, yellow, green, black, yellow. So we need brown with 2 stripes, 2 black stripes, which is this one. So if we put ours here, we need to solder them in series, which means we just connect them in a single line. So we connect this circuit to this one. And we just bypass this one completely. So now, if we turn it on,
There,
it works.
that looks right.
Nancy can electrocute herself, so try not to do it wrong. Okay, so now we take the red card, or red tag, and then Harlan will turn the power back on.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
Could you turn the power back on to the card reader outside the roller coaster? It's all fixed. Here's the tag.
You bet. I'll just switch the circuit back on and you'll be all set.
Ingrid said you told her that you were a bouncer before you came to work here. In Trenton, not Flemington.
Right. I was. For a while. I've held almost every guard-type job there is. Lived in a lot of different places, too. Trenton, Jersey City, Flemington, Cape May.
I'll see you around.
Go get 'em.
Alright, so I think we will go explore the carousel in our next video. See you then, fellow detectives!